What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with my final video for tonight, and that is Family or Fiance, Season 4, Episode 4. Olethia, I think it's Olethia and Terrance, Ghosts of Relationship Past. Now, let me say this because these past 4 episodes been having me in the chokehold. Okay, all right. This by far was probably my most favorite episode. Her boys were amazing. Her husband, her and Terrance just basically, in my overall assessment, her and Terrance just had to deal with their past. Not isolate, not shut down. They just had to deal with their past. I think what these two had was good. The family dynamic was good. I don't know, when I saw their picture in the end when they got married in the DR. Oh my God, it was just so cute. I was like, why am I crying? This is so crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. Family and Fiance always have me in the chokehold, so that's why Lord, it be taking a minute. All right. Anyway, child. So we see that they're getting married in 6 weeks. The background is just a short background. They met in 2017. They were introduced by some friends. Olethia. I'm sorry, I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, but I want to say in 2019 she hurt herself, and he came and he moved in. I want to say in 2019. Olethia is an artist and a songwriter. And y'all, she is beautiful. Okay, she is beautiful. Let's just start there. Okay, so her family doesn't know his family, and they're finally gonna meet for the first time. So she says that Terrance has a temper, and he thinks Olethia is too patient with her boys. So she was married younger. They divorced in 2016. And so after the divorce, her ex mother-in-law was very nasty to her. And so she's hesitant on getting to know Terrance's mom. And again, she haven't met them yet. So it was a lot for her. And y'all know how that go. When we feel hurt by something, it stunts our growth, and it stunts who we, in meeting other people because of that hurt, that pain. I think that's what anyway. Olethia and her family, her mom Mama Rosalind is coming, her son DeCorey, and her other son Christian. When I tell you those two was very mannerable. Is it mannerable? Very well spoken. Just overall, her boys were. You can look at them and be like, they are good boys. Like it seems as though she's done an amazing job with those boys. Sorry, y'all. She's done an amazing job with those boys. So on Terrance's side of the family, his mom, Mama Patricia, her son Jermaine, and his wife Danielle, and they were extremely nice. And I tell you, his mom was so she seems very loving. Both moms, actually. I feel like they had. Once they come together, their family dynamic will be amazing. Like both sides of the family. And it just, I don't know. Oh, hearing. Oh, Jesus. He said that his mom was a firecracker, but she just didn't display that behavior to me. So in a family meeting, this is where the family, let everybody know what are their concerns and, yada, yada, yada. So his family feels like Olethia is distant, and and but it had a lot to do with the mistreatment of her ex's family. So both moms embrace, and her son Christian says his relationship with Terrance is he feels uneasy. And so Danielle, her concern was the affection with them together, and the effect she has concerns about them being more affectionate together as well as affectionate with the family. And she wants Olethea to open up more. Jermaine wants to know the dynamics of their relationship better. Mama Patricia wants to know her she wants to know the boys better, and I want to say Mama Rosalind as well. And she actually wants to really bond with Olethea. Christian concerns was he don't want them to argue so much, and he wants their family to blend. Mama Rosalind wants to know his family, and he wants Terrance to respect the boys. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm steering off and I'm trying to focus. I don't feel focused right now. So DeCorey. I'm sorry. DeCorey wants to get to know his family more, Terrance's family more, and to make sure his mom is happy. So Olethea said in her confessional that she doesn't know where Corey's concerns come from. She also asked why he would think that. This is what she said in her confessional. So we get down to the task part, y'all. And she's going to go with his family, and he's going to go with her family. Y'all know this is where everybody asks different questions. So the question to Olethea was, how does she feel about what her son said about her relationship with Terrance? She said Terrance typically has an attitude, and when he does that, he sometimes locks himself in a basement, and it's not for a couple hours, but we find out that it's for a couple days. So the question to Terrance was, why do you isolate yourself so often? He says he knows when to speak and he knows when to walk away. So Christian asks, do you think we may do that to you? Why did he say that? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, please forgive me. Terrance tells Mama Patricia and the boys, Mama Rosalind and the boys, that due to what he has been through in the last marriage, he has trust issues, and so he's trying to protect himself. He doesn't want to be hurt. So Rosalind tells him it sounds like he's holding on to a lot of pain. Terrance says he has to learn to trust again. So back to Olethea and Terrance's family, the question was, what does she want out of Terrance's family? She tells them that she's very close with her family, and Mama Patricia says that that's what she's always wanted from Olethea in 2 years. She wanted them to have a mother and daughter-in-law relationship. So sorry, y'all. So Olethea is surprised. Jermaine was like, well, we thought you was bougie. And Danielle said, well, I didn't think you were bougie, but I thought that you just didn't want to talk to us. And so she explains to them what happened. She says that, from the divorce with her ex, it caused a lot of pain and, distance between her and her ex's mom. And their relationship just kind of crumbled and crashed after the divorce. But Olethea apologizes and she cries, and Mama Patricia was like, please don't apologize because it's not your fault. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it's the embrace that both families want for Olethia and Terrance. And it's so crazy that the both of them have been, dealing with their past relationships, and it's kept them from opening up to each other's family. Like it's so crazy, but I just think that I don't know. I don't know, y'all. So the question to Terrance was, how does he feel about the relationship between him and the boys? I'm sorry, y'all. Terrance says he feels like he's a guest or a disturbance. He says that Christian is locked up in his room. And I was like, well, And I was like, well, you be locked up in the basement. So, Anyway, Christian says he don't want to disturb him when he's closed off. So we get to the dinner. They talk about the tasks of the day. Christian feels like, now I didn't, because the task kind of got just a little, not too much heated, but just a little bit, And so Christian talks to his grandmother. He talks to Mama Roslyn. And so he tells her that he feels like he's not able to be himself at home, nor does he feel welcome. He feels like he's the issue. And I really felt bad for him. I think it's just, again, this is just a lot of what people, what they are thinking in their mind based on what they've been through. A lot of us do that. I know I've struggled with that. Sometimes I still struggle with that, which is probably sometimes which is probably why sometimes I was in spaces that I was in. Anyway, so Mama Rosner goes out and talks with Olethia. And she tells her Christian's concerns. She says that, he feels that Terrance doesn't want a relationship with him. And she also tells him that that Christian feels that that they want him to move out and as soon as they get married. Like, he feels unwelcome, basically. And so she felt the way because she was like, that's not the case. I never want my kids to move out. I never want them to feel unwelcome in our home. So there's that. So Terrance and Olethia meet with Tracy. She said that she wasn't aware of her relationship with Terrance's mom. She just felt like she was just really protecting herself. And so she never thought about how they didn't think about how their lack of, I guess, made everybody else feel. I guess they thought in their mind that they was doing the right thing. So, I don't know. Tracy said instead of him repairing, he just ended up going away. Tracy also tells them that both of them are coming to a relationship with unresolved past issues or trauma or whatever. Tracy says in terms of a relationship, the people around them need to feel safe and secure. And I can tell y'all, I wholeheartedly agree with that. If I don't feel safety, if I don't feel safe, if I don't feel that there is secure, if I feel secure or safe, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to stay in spaces where I don't feel, and I feel like I have to isolate myself. That they did talk about that, and they talk about being hyper vigilant. And I 100% felt like or display hypervigilance. So it's I don't know. I'm working on it. Anyway, so Terrance tells Tracy that Christian isolates himself and that can't happen on his watch. But Tracy says you're modeling isolation in front of him. So Tracy asks Olethia if she feels like she has to walk on eggshells, and she says yes. He said that he's harboring a lot of pain from 20, 30 years ago. Tracy says that the four of them need to sit down with Dr. Alley, the mental health specialist. So before they go out to meet the mental health specialist, Terrance said he's feeling attacked and it's annoying. It annoys him. And I just don't think that they were attacking you. I think sometimes when we don't deal with certain things, it often feels like an attack. And it's not. I think they was just shelling out the concerns, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But Terrance feels like the people are pointing the finger as if he's the bad guy. And I really feel bad for him because, again, that comes from past trauma. So in a session with Dr. Alley, the boys are basically wanting a better relationship and doesn't want Terrance to isolate himself. So Terrance says he's afraid to let his guard down because he gave his all with the last relationship, the kid in a relationship, and that kid's biological father came after all of those years, and then he was discarded. He was discarded, and it felt like everything he did in all of those years was just nothing. And I hate that for him because I think the kid probably felt like he needed to choose between his dad and his stepdad. And most kids yearn for that relationship with their biological dad. That's all they see. And we can't tell people not to take anything like that personal because that hurts. That hurt his feelings, and that is his experience. So I hate that for him. So Terrance felt like he had to be in defense mode because at 13 he ended up being blamed for things that he shouldn't have been blamed for things that he hadn't even done. So Dr. Ellie tells him that he could be dealing with PTSD, and one of the symptoms of PTSD is hypervigilance, always being on the lookout for something to go wrong. When I tell you that is me, and it's not funny, but because of things I've experienced, when something looks familiar, I immediately leave, and I won't go back. I don't care what it is. I'm gone. Like, there is nothing you can say. I'm gone because I don't like to feel rejected. I don't like, I don't do hurt and pain. I'm more of a person that likes to communicate. I do understand a lot of things, like it is what it is, and I most of the time have that attitude. But there are often times that if it's something that I know I'm not staying up, I'm out of here. That don't look right. I'm out of here. So when Christian sees that Terrance is tense, he assumes that it is automatically his fault. He also assumed that Terrance doesn't like him. Dr. Ellie tells them that they both are afraid of loss. Again, familiar. She tells Christian that there is a fear for him because he has a history of people hurting him. She tells him that he's isolated in a different way, and she said he's shrinking. He puts himself in the background. And so Dr. Alley tells Terrance that he has something similar. He just don't want to feel rejected. So Dr. Alley also tells them that they're trying to do this dance around each other so they won't hurt each other. And she said, but doing that is damaging y'all relationship. So Christian feels like he was being pushed away. And Christian admits that the one thing he learned from Terrance is how to be a man. He was like, he said, hands down, that's one of the things that he learned. And y'all, she was like, do you hear that? And so Terrance was like, this is my first time hearing all of this. And so they decided to hug it out. And I tell you, there was such a joy in Christian's eye, and it was such a joy in Terrance's eye. Like when Terrance got back with when him and Olethia got back the next day, I want to say with with Tracy, they felt it was just this sense of relief that they had, and I just was happy about it. Like when I tell y'all, when I saw them hugging, I got so emotional. Y'all, this show be making me cry. Okay, I know I cry for my own personal reasons, but this show really, really makes me cry. But I actually like watching it. I like watching it, you know. So we move on to day 3, and the family. There's this moment where everybody's in the kitchen and they're laughing and they're talking and they're dancing, and I mean, when I tell you, that hit me so much, y'all. I think I need a moment. I am such a crybaby. But that's okay. That is okay. Listen, y'all, I am working through these things. I have been in therapy for quite a while. For months. And I have learned, a lot of things are okay. And it's not a trigger. It's just, I just love to see stuff like that. Like, that's just, just does something in the old ticker. Okay. Anyway, I love to see it. So for me, it felt like in future with their family, this is what they get to expect. So they share with Tracy the breakthrough that they had, and he has also decided, maybe I can go, to seek his own therapy, which I feel like is always a good thing, y'all. Oh my God, I advocate for that. Okay, y'all. I promise y'all, I would say this. And I typically listen. I cannot wait to go back to school so I can finish this stuff up. But yeah, it is a thing. Anyway, y'all, we get to the blessing ceremony, and everybody gave their blessing. Everybody. This is the first time since this season been on. This is the 4th episode. This is the first time everybody gave their blessing. And wrapping up, y'all know how they show what's happening. Olethia and Terrance are communicating more effectively, and Terrance is no longer isolating, which is amazing. The family is working on projects together, which has brought Terrance and Christian more closer. And they have married in the DR, and with their family and friends in attendance. And y'all, the picture that they sent was absolutely beautiful. Y'all, as soon as I saw that picture, y'all started crying again. Listen, I cry, okay? I am not ashamed of that. I cry. I feel like a lot of stuff just needs to come out. Okay, and I don't cry because I'm an unhappy person. I'm very happy. I just cry because I told y'all, it hits the old ticker. Just playing on my little heartstrings. Okay? This is where the episode ended, y'all. I hope y'all like my review. And please make sure on your way out that you guys are liking the videos. Thank you for the views. Thank you for subscribing. Just thank you, and I will do my due diligence to kind of keep this train going. I am now learning one more thing on the family and fiance videos to just it was actually somebody who made me aware that when it comes to, and it wasn't nothing they said, it was something they said, but it was just me. That when I do these videos, I am learning to be a lot nicer, a lot calmer when I'm doing like certain videos, especially videos like this. So, yeah, I'm learning how to pivot in different ways when it comes to different videos and stuff like that. But TV shows and reality TV, I'm 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 just no nonsense or whatever. But stuff like this, I am going to learn to be more, you know, softer towards people because I do not know these people. And try to be, and moving in a space where I'm more understanding and giving more empathy rather than sometimes my off the wall opinions. Okay. Sorry to tell y'all that, but I just thought I need to throw that out there anyway. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Y'all know how I am as it relates to the end of my videos. So here we go.